Okay, right, so we're here today to discuss your performance over the season.
Yep.
I'd like to inform you that everything that we speak about will be confidential and won't leave the room.
Okay, cool.
Okay, so firstly, as you being a hurdler, who do you believe is an elite athlete in your sport?
Probably Sally Pearson, someone I look up to. Yeah.
Okay.
Cool.
Why do you think this? Can you give me 10 things about her that you feel are inspirational?
I'd probably say that she gets out of the blocks really powerfully. She has really good speed. The height when she's going over the hurdle is really good. And her approach to the hurdle the first hurdle was good as well. Her speed at the end of the race is pretty decent. She has really good muscular endurance. She always has a positive attitude. She never gets nervous before the race, and she has really high arousal levels. Yeah, and her lead and trail leg over the hurdle is pretty good.
Okay, so out of these 10 things that you feel are inspirational about Sally Pearson, how about you rate yourself out of 10 for each one?
Okay.
So we'll compare. Right, so how do you think you are at getting out of the blocks?
Probably about 4.
Okay. What about your speed?
A 5 as well, yeah.
Correct. Do you have the correct height when going over the hurdle?
I'd probably rate that about 7, something like that.
Okay. Your approach to the first hurdle?
About 6.
End of the race, how, like your speed at the end?
About 5 probably.
Your muscular endurance?
5 as well, yeah.
Positive attitude?
And 5 as well on that one.
How you control your nerves at the beginning of a race?
Probably about 7.
Okay. Your arousal levels?
5, I guess, yeah.
And your lead and trail leg when going over a hurdle?
Probably about 7.
Okay, alright, so now I'll rate you of what I think you are. I agree with most of them. So getting out of the blocks, I feel you're about a 4, maybe a 5.
Okay.
Your speed is around a 5.
Yep.
Your height over the hurdle, I agree with a 7.
Okay.
Your approach to the first hurdle, yeah, I agree with a 6. Your speed at the finish line, I'd give it about a 5.
Yep.
Your muscular endurance, I'd probably give you a 6 for that one.
Okay.
Your mental attitude, I give you a 5.
Okay.
Your nerves, you're good with dealing with your nerves. I'd give you a 7 for that.
Alright, cool.
Your arousal levels, I'd give you a 5, and your lead and trail leg, I'd give you a 7. So I agree with most of them.
Sweet.
Okay, so now we'll speak about your strengths of when you've been hurdling this season.
Okay.
Your first strength that I believe is good is your technique when going over the hurdle. So that's your lead and trail leg.
Okay.
When you are in a race, you always bring the lead leg up to the correct height, which stops you from going too high, which would waste time.
Yep.
And it also stops you from hitting the hurdle if you were to not bring it up high enough.
Yep.
So that puts you at an advantage over other people in the race because you're getting over the hurdles as fast as possible.
Yeah.
Your trail leg always comes through quickly, so that's always a benefit because the faster your trail leg's coming through, the faster you can get explosively off the ground,
Okay.
which will bring you up to the next hurdle.
Cool.
I wrote that you always bring your trail leg round in front of you, and that's a good thing because it helps you to get power into the next step
Okay.
to approach the next hurdle to stop you from slowing down.
Okay.
Your strength 2, I believe, is your approach to the first hurdle
Okay.
because you always get a good start out of the blocks. You don't get scared when approaching the hurdle. You don't like
Yeah.
pitter patter. You keep your strength, your stride length,
Yeah.
what it should be, which helps you to run at full speed,
Cool.
which is obviously going to help you win the race. Because you get a good start, it gets you in front of the other athletes, so it stops you from feeling under pressure by getting a bad start, starting off behind them, so you don't have to catch up with them. You always take 7 steps, which we've decided is the right amount of steps for you because of your stride length, your speed, so that helps you to get to the hurdle quickly. Your final strength is your height when going over the hurdle.
Okay.
So you don't get too high, which is obviously a benefit because if you were to go too high over the hurdle, you'd turn it into a jump rather than a hurdle action, which will cause you to waste time.
Okay.
And you don't drop your leg too early because this would slow down the trail leg action, which would then cause you to fall over or stumble or slow you down.
Okay.
Well, obviously getting the correct height is helping you to get over as fast as possible, helping you approach the next hurdle as stable as possible. It's helping you not lose your balance.
Cool.
Okay, so now we'll speak about your weaknesses.
Yep.
I've got 2 weaknesses for you. Your first one is, well, getting out of the blocks as fast as possible. Because of your reaction time, you're a little bit behind other people.
Yeah.
You obviously gain this back by your strides and you're approaching the hurdle, but the first part of actually getting out of the blocks you could improve.
Yeah.
So you should have a faster first step when getting out of the blocks. So because this isn't as powerful as it should be, by getting a faster first step, it will help you to quickly move your feet, approaching the hurdle as fast as possible.
Okay.
Your stride length at the moment is a little bit too long, but still getting you to the hurdle, but we can still improve this as if you take shorter steps, like the first 3 steps, when you're getting out of the blocks, it will obviously make you faster, which will scare the other athletes as you'll be faster than them.
Yeah.
Your second weakness is your muscular endurance. Your legs seem to get a little bit tired by the end of the race. Like you start off quickly, as soon as it gets to about hurdle 6, you start to slow down. You can tell in your legs that they're a bit lethargic. Because your legs are feeling a little bit tired, it stops your technique from being as good as it is at the beginning of the race.
Yeah.
So this could, well, it could result in you falling over. Hasn't yet, but you're doing quite well with that. Your trail leg gets a little bit lazy at the end of the race. It doesn't come around as far as it does at the beginning, which obviously makes you lose a bit of power in your stride. Makes you slow down a little bit. And so out of these 2 weaknesses, we'll speak about how you could improve them. Do you have any ideas of how you could improve getting out of the blocks?
No, I'm not really sure.
Okay, so well, I think that what we should do is do reaction drills. So this would be stuff like you'd sit backwards on the floor, I'd blow a whistle, got to get up, get to a certain like cone or something as quickly as you can, react to a clap maybe, or double foot jumps across a sports hall, and then like as soon as I clap you've got to sprint.
Okay.
So it'll get you used to reacting with your feet. It will help you react to a stimulus, so obviously that mimics the gun.
Yeah.
You should practice your 3 steps out of the blocks.
Yeah.
So like we'll film you doing it.
Yeah.
We'll slow it down, see exactly how much needs to change.
Yeah.
So we'll measure where you we'll compare it to like Sally Pearson, for example, how long her strides are, and then we'll compare you to her and see how much you need to cut it down by. This will help you gain memory of how to do it if we keep repeating you doing it properly. I think maybe we should do power training, so that'll be like plyometrics, because this will help you get more explosion out of the blocks. So this would be like bounding over little hurdles, quick feet, getting them off the ground. This will give you more power, get you stronger with your legs. So that's how we could improve your first weakness. Your second one, do you have any ideas for that one?
No, I'm not too sure even on that one.
Okay, so firstly we'll go in the gym and do some weighted squats, because you need to improve your muscular endurance obviously, so it'll help you improve your quads, your glutes, which will help you run faster at the end of the race. We'll do some hurdle drills, so this will be lead leg and trail leg over all 8 hurdles. So by training over all 8, it will help you get used to having to go all the way, like over that many hurdles without getting tired. We're gonna do training sessions as a race situation, but rather, because in a race, on a competition day, you'd only do it once, wouldn't you?
Yep.
Unless if it's heats and finals, but we'll do it like 3 times or 5 times, because this will push your legs to the limit, making them work harder.
Okay.
So this will repeat the action of the muscles, so the muscles get used to having to work hard for that amount of time. This will make it feel easier when you're doing the actual race, because you would have been used to doing it multiple times.
Yeah.
But on the race day, you'll be able to finish the race with power.
Sweet.
Yeah. So yeah, I feel that if we were to complete all this training, you'd improve them 2 weaknesses. It will get you faster out of the blocks, keep you running to the end of the race, get you beating some people, and yeah, you'll be getting faster times next season.
Cool.
So yeah, well, that's all I have to say. So
Okay.
it's
Cool.
nice speaking to you.
Oh, yeah, cool.
Yeah.